I've worked with some of the top players in the final expense insurance industry, agents that make millions of dollars a year. And here's what I've learned. You do not need to be in the industry for a long time to make a lot of money. In fact, most people that learn these formulas make over $150,000 in their first year. I'm going to show you exactly what they do to absolutely crush it in this business. Oh, and if you want to save hours of your time while increasing your efficiency, there's a tool I'll tell you about later on that can make all the difference. Let's dive in. Now, this may sound super simple, but it's very important. The first thing that top agents have isn't a script or a tool. It's the mindset. They don't think of selling as a chore, but rather an opportunity. In fact, they don't even look at it as selling a product, but rather a chance to help a family out. Now, it's rare that you just cold call somebody for final expense insurance sales. Usually there's a lead, they fill it out, and it shows that there was some form of interest. Don't think of this as them showing interest in purchasing a product, but rather them asking for help, and it's your job to help them get the best solution for their insurance need. You go into it with that mindset, not only will it not feel like a forced sale, but you're going to close with ease every single time. Another thing that these highly successful agents do is that they craft the perfect first impression. Sales is all about trust, and the first opportunity you have at building trust is making a first good impression. Now, when you first approach a prospect, whether it be over the phone or in person, you have about 5 seconds to make an impression. Actually, more like 3 if you're on the phone. The top agents know this, and they use every single second wisely. First, they nail down their body language and tonality. Now, if you're doing in-person or field sales, you should be standing tall, have a warm smile, and keeping a comfortable distance from the door. Not too close, but also not too far. If you're doing sales over the phone, your tone should be friendly, relaxed, and not hyper. A lot of people think that being fast and hyper is the right way to get out as much information as possible so the prospect can know as much about what you're selling and they can make an informed decision. Trust me, that does not work, especially if you're dealing with older clients. Next, they use a proven script that they've perfected over time. Now, this script usually addresses the client's concerns and objections even before they bring it up. This not only shows them that you've dealt with a situation like this before, but establishes you as an expert in the field that they can trust. I've actually attached a link with a script below for both telesales and in-person sales that takes the best practices from different agents and gives you a great head start. But remember, every agent is different, so over time, you should be changing the script and perfecting it to what suits you best. Next up is building trust while building authority. The best agents don't just build trust, they build authority. It's the fastest way to turn those objections that they give you into questions that they really want to know about that can then educate your client. The first step to that is listening as if your life depends on it. When a prospect or lead talks, you don't interrupt. You nod, you empathize, and you show them that you care. While doing this, take notes. If there's something unique or interesting, or they mention something a lot, jot it down so you can bring it up later in the conversation. Now, using what they've told you, find common ground. So for example, if they mention that they have a Labradoodle and you have a dog, take the opportunity to talk about your dog or dogs in general and keep the conversation going. Don't sell the product, sell the story. Using the conversations you've had, find relatable stories of how you've helped clients and how much of a difference it's made in their lives. Feel free to incorporate objections into it. So for example, if somebody hits you with the, I don't know, I have to ask my husband or I have to ask my wife, you can simply respond with, actually, that's a good idea. We should probably look into your husband's policy as well. I actually had a client who I helped out with a policy and we ended up setting her husband up and her sister with one too. Husband passed away a few months later and they ended up not having to pay $15,000 for funeral costs. So yeah, absolutely. We should talk to your husband. Let's sit down and actually talk to them together to see how we can just not help you out, but also help your spouse as well. How about Thursday? Is he going to be around Thursday? You see that? That's a follow-up. So this builds your client's trust and allows them to feel like they'll be making a decision with their spouse. They're not alone in this. They're going to feel safe while you get an opportunity of possibly setting up another policy. Never letting a lead go. Now, most agents will work a lead for a week or two before letting it go and forgetting about it entirely. But the best agents will work a lead until they close. The easiest way to do that is to keep tabs and notes on each lead and know where they are in the sales cycle, which brings me to my next point. Having an organized system. Guys, you will not believe how many agents out there don't have an organized system. They're losing out on so many big sales they don't even know. Now, every successful agent needs an organization system, all right? Not just to keep track of your leads, but to help your sales process overall. A great way to do that is to have a good CRM that allows you to keep track of each lead, where they are in the sales cycle, the process, notes on them, tasks to follow up, maybe even pictures attached to the lead. If you are a field agent or somebody that does in-person sales, the perfect tool for that is Knockit Pro. Not only does Knockit Pro help you create a super fast route using your leads that are already in the map, but you can label each lead so you know exactly where they stand in the sales process. You can take notes, attach pictures, you can see leads on the way that you might have missed otherwise. And you can have tasks so you can follow up with them later and never let a lead go. You can download Knockit Pro on the App Store or simply click the link below. And that's it. This is a great way to get started in the final expense insurance industry to make sure that you get a little bit of a head start. Now, we'll be breaking it down even more and getting into the specifics in other videos as the channel grows. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tips to help your success in the final expense insurance industry.